down through it, and to me, it just rammed it down our throats. And
We
has
cannot
anybody made
hear
an
you,
economic
sir.
study
We cannot hear
of
you.
the diminution of the property values of those houses that are going to be facing those lights? What am I going to tell a prospective buyer when he comes to?
Yeah.
Well, one of the things, this is great. Okay. So this gentleman has asked about his things and problems with the school in the past. Sometimes, and among neighbors, you put up with things or anything else. Sometimes Berean just doesn't know. So one of the process. So here's the forum. Here's the forum to do that. Let's keep on going. So you don't do that. Now, there were some complaints that says, this is a thing, we do this all the times for environmental impact reports, that this bleacher will block the view of Mount Diablo. One of the things from a neighbor. And this is before and after. You see the little Berean eagle?
You just photoshopped that green to make it more palatable for us.
Oh, it's a, no. My friend here. The green is turf field. It's a turf field. It's going to be bright green like that. Yeah, this is.
Berkeley Hills. Are we going to be able to see that? The Berkeley Hills. That's mine.
Yeah, we can see from your thing, from your fence and perspective, everything else. So if you allow us to go in your backyard, we can take a picture from your window and show how it will look.
Here's the basic problem that I can tell you. After dealing with John Muir, we got a whole bunch of this. We got a whole bunch of don't worry, it's not going to bother you. Don't worry, there's not going to be any noise. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I see the John Muir parking garage lights from my house. I was never supposed to see them. I hear the cars on the back road that we were never supposed to hear because of the sound wall. And I hear the car alarms go off in the garages that we were never supposed to hear because of the sound baffling. So when these guys are asking for guarantees, they're not just doing it because they're unhappy. We are serious. Our neighborhood has already been impacted by John Muir, and we don't want the same thing to happen on the other side.
Understood? That, you know something? That is a good comment. Good comment. And I feel from the meeting last time the sensitivity of the neighbors. So we have to do a better job. Yes.
You are, and my name is Peter Padan, by the way. We've been good neighbors with the school since we've lived here for about a decade.
Can you speak louder?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll even stand up.
Thank you.
I would like to speak to you, as you mentioned, as an architect, you have a vision for this place. But if the architect that designed this neighborhood was here today, he also had a vision. Oh, yes. This school was initially designed to service this neighborhood alone.
Yes.
Everybody it serves today comes from outside of the neighborhood.
Yes.
And it's about as big as we want it to be. We don't want any additional lights, no more activities at night, no more noise, no more traffic. So if you have a plan and a vision, you should see the vision of the architect who planned this place.
Yep.
Let's continue. Oh, let's continue.
I went to school here in the 60s. It was built in the 60s.
Understood. You had a question, sir?
Will you please describe the construction on the left-hand side that is behind my house?
This right here? We're just we're gonna make a simple one-story building, tear down the old buildings, and pretty much reformulate, just rebuild what's there.
And what is it immediately against my fence?
This is the former batting cages that I found out were persona non grata last meeting.
That's already got to go, yes.
Okay? And so part of the thing is that you look at that, do we plant these trees all the way around that? That's something the neighbors can get together and everything else. So, no. Okay, yes, sir.
You talked about doing this building on the existing Berean land.
Yes.
Real estate. Are you asking the city to annex any part of the neighborhood park?
No.
So you're not going to take any more of the parking lot where you're at now? That's going to be the end of it? You're not going to be...
No, one of the things, one of the stipulations from the city on just a preliminary 1-hour meeting saying you have to have more green than what we have now.
So you're
More
gonna give up
permeable
some of that?
surface.
You're You're gonna give up part of the parking lot?
Yeah, we're reconforming it, yeah. We have more.
Because we see at least 300 cars parked out here on a daily basis. So you're gonna come down from that 300 cars? Is that what you're saying?
No, remember on phase, oh, sir, remember on the first phase one?
I came in late.
Oh, sorry. On the first one is 90-degree parking parks more cars. Just mathematics, how it all works. It's not officially well. Let me keep on going, guys. So,
I think
so
to
you do that.
answer your
Okay.
question, because you didn't really directly, you played it very legally. They actually do want to take over the park and turf it. They're going to let, the city will still own it, but they want to take the park and put it to all turf. So you didn't really answer what he was asking.
And by turning it
But
into all turf.
Berean may not own
So
it.
it could be, it's gonna be part of the school.
They want to, yeah.
Oh, yes, it is.
Well, that is what you said. You said
You put a
phase,
6-foot fence around it.
So let's
in
clarify
phase
this.
two,
No,
phase
let's-
two, put a turf field where the grass is.
Yes.
Around the entire property, including the park, if the city agrees, we'd like to put a 6-foot-high fence. So, just to kind of be more clear to answer his question.
Yeah. Okay, no,
I mean, I just
No,
think
no, no,
you're
no,
here to
no,
provide
no,
information.
No, that's
He
fine.
asked you a
It's
question.
clarity. The city, is in the process of wanting to turf all their fields, starting with Heather Farms.
We'll deal with that later on also.
Oh, the turf fields, a grass field costs anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 a year to mow and water only. Okay?
Just tell us about phase, keep telling us about phase 3.
Okay, so I'm just hear me out. You can disagree with me. Let's disagree to disagree. The other thing is because of the youth sports, Walnut Creek soccer, other areas that are pushing the city and doing that, they want turf fields that are, or turf fields because it's more available during certain times of the season. When you have a rain and you have a competitive soccer team, you cannot play on the city's turf field. They're closed. So the city's fields really are only open 7 months of the year. So the turf fields, they do that because of the demand from youth sports. We're just trying to do that. Our use with the turf field, what it would allow you to do is, and traffic thing is, I have a kid in varsity soccer, I have a kid in JV soccer, I can go to both games.
No.
So, anyways, right, wrong, and different.
Let's get to the phase 4.
Let's keep on going.
Excuse me, I have a
There
question.
are lights looking at Elvisdale Park, what phase is that?
That could
Down the bottom of the
be,
green
yeah, down the back, there's park lights as an option. Just an option.
Is that part of phase 2 or?
You believe
Phase
that?
2, phase
You believe it's just an option?
3, 4. Yes, ma'am.
First, I like to say that I am aware of the problem of Northgate, but the neighborhood is bigger, the houses are bigger, and not Northgate is bigger. Second, this neighborhood is really small with the Eichler houses. And third, somebody said in the first meeting that now you have varsity soccer, but with this thing, you will be able to offer JV soccer. So we will have more sports, and if I understood correctly, you are going to pay to the city for the use of the park.
Still undetermined.
If I understood correctly, so the city, in times of recession, will be welcoming the money because we get the toll of the park used continuously. And I think that that's not good for the neighborhood. And I strongly believe that we cannot compare this scenario to Northgate.
Understood.
Yes.
And with all your comments, we're writing them down. We'll come back in a later thing and come up with that.
On the football field, is it going to be amplified sound?
About what it is now.
How many more phases are on your board?
Okay, let's go to phase 4.
So,
You're replacing the existing group of buildings with the,
yeah, this is just a sort of a cleanup phase, but it's, yeah. Okay? Also, as an architect, I want to go through and clean up things that are not cleaned up. Yes, ma'am, in the back.
I was just curious, how many acres is this parcel compared to the size of acreage of Northgate or the public high school of a similar size?
I have that information.
It seems like
How come
density,
the
there's
the principal talked about the good education, but all we're talking about is sports right now?
It's the first phases.
History.
Good point. Who said that? I don't have that information with me, but I'll have it tomorrow night. Okay? Yes.
So what I'm hearing is you don't have any of the money for this, so what you want to do is throw a few modules up, make a huge parking lot, raise this to 570 before any of this even thinks of getting done, because you still have to raise the money for it.
Now, the city dictates, this is our idea, okay? And you guys, you know, you guys are telling me your things, right now, that's it. Now, if the city says, no, we want this and this and this, and the neighborhood says, no, we want this and this, then that will have to be phase one. You have to stop until you get phase one. This is why it's dialogue.
So we have to wait for all the niceties until you raise the money. So to raise the money, you need to up this enrollment.
That's correct.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was clear on that.
Okay. Okay, now, so you see visually, okay, so we have visually in through here, so let's go, keep on going. Phase 3, we have big trees, we're not going to...
on the left.
These trees on the left.
The second picture has bigger trees. What is behind those?
Just what's there now. See this? I'm just putting trees in here. These are what the size of the good planting dictates. What will the tree be versus what the tree is planted? But this is not going to change. Everything in this view corridor isn't going to change.
I think what he's talking about are the trees that are
Right.
shading bleachers.
These? Oh, these will be planted with the part of the phase.
Are the lights in that lower picture? I don't see the lights.
Yes. There is.
You know, if you come up here after we're done, you can see the lights. And also, I would take a look at this. I look at this big picture because that is the aspect. Okay, phase 3. Brings everybody heartburn here, but phase 3 is to improve the front of the campus, create phase 4. I mean, thanks, Craig. Phase 4 is to create a performing arts. You know, this is a little hard to do a play here. So you would have phase 4, you would have 2-story classroom, but again, it is only 25 feet tall. So if you look at this is everybody gets, I do these things for EIR, so you say, oh no, Dave, that isn't right. 25 feet, here's what it is. Come up after the meeting, look at this. Here it is, and here it's below. So the impact, visually, yes, the trees block it. We're not going to cut down these trees. Okay?
Can you show me on your diagram there where that...
It's taken straight off. If you're on this, one of the neighbors came last meeting, and he said, what am I going to see? You're going to see this.
No, well, I live on San Benito. I want to know, I understand where the phase 4 line is, that's El Divisadero.
Right.
But I want to know what that 2-story building, where that falls.
Can you point to
on
it?
San Benito, if it faces, you know what I'm saying?
It faces the street, but there's no windows, no nothing on this side.
Oh, okay. It's a
Okay.
2-story building with no windows.
No windows for the neighbors. I did the same thing at North Creek Church. The building does a, you can go and look at that, drive through,
Am I in
and
the way?
it creates a good neighbors. It's set back. So perspective, you know, we gotta, because that's why we do these things. Perspective sometimes fools us, and we're, oh, this big monster. No, a difference away
Now,
helps
is
us.
that a new building?
This is a new building.
Okay, and it would be these buildings, it would be over here?
It would be over here, we tear down these things. The other thing with this new building it does is it creates a courtyard in the center of the campus that acoustically separates the kids' gatherings. We may not even put any trees or anything in here, just have it be an open space so we create the kids to gather here. Notice when you walked up in through here, you had kids on benches, everything else in through here. It's create a quiet aspect of this. Yes, there's traffic. Let's just be relaxed on that. But let's come through here and say,